As we enter that challenge, it is heartening to know that there are heroes and leaders around the country who are not waiting for the federal government to solve this problem. We have people in this room today who have stepped up at the county level to start solving global warming one county at a time. And so they have joined together and are going to be signing a declaration today. And many of you here are, of course, welcome. I would now like to introduce Gerry Connolly of Fairfax County. This is a county that has already been stepping up to the plate, not waiting for signing this declaration. They're already beginning to take steps to reduce global warming.
Good afternoon. You know, somebody once said that the purpose of local government is to satisfy the annoyed without annoying the satisfied. And sometimes it feels that way. But you know, what we're about today is a very serious enterprise. We essentially have spent the last 6 or so years with an administration in Washington that has pretty much denied the science of global warming. And that's very dangerous. It's dangerous for the United States. It's dangerous for the world. Because the consequences of global warming are going to affect all of us. And at the county level, it's going to affect rural counties and suburban counties and urban counties. It's going to affect those of us who are near the ocean. It's going to affect those of us in the plains. It's going to affect agricultural areas. It's going to have an impact on weather patterns, as we have probably already seen. And while the task seems daunting, it is not something about which we can't do anything. And I'm a big believer, as are my colleagues, certainly in Fairfax County, and I'm joined by the environmental chair of our Board of Supervisors, Supervisor Penny Gross. Welcome, Penny, who's also been very active here in NACO at the National Association of Counties in the environmental front. You know, the efficacy of collective action is powerful. There are 3,066 counties in the United States. The overwhelming majority of the United States population reside in counties. And we're big, we're little, we're rural, we're urban, we're suburban. We can do something about this. And in addition to signing the declaration that's been referred to today, we've also developed, working with our partners across the country, this template. And I hope each of you gets one. In this template, we outline a menu of options for communities and counties to select and to act upon. We're not just signing a declaration today, we're also adopting, or we're urging people to adopt a plan. This is pledge and plan. Implement a plan that's relevant and suitable for your community, that will make a difference in changing the carbon footprint, that will make a difference in terms of the number of greenhouse gases that we're emitting from our communities. In my corner of the world, in Northern Virginia, most of our problem, frankly, is the automobile. And there are lots of steps we can take that will make a big difference in terms of switching to alternative fuels, hybrid vehicles, looking at the tree canopy that can sequester CO2. Very important actions that can make a big difference. In rural counties, it may be something different. And this template attempts to provide that menu of options. And so we're urging all of the counties in the United States not only to sign a declaration, but to move beyond the hortatory and get into the effective. Let's make sure we're also adopting a plan and implementing that plan to make a difference for the future quality of life for our citizens. It's great to be with you today, and I want to thank my partners throughout the United States and various counties who have stepped up to the plate today, and thank you, Sierra Club and NACO, for your leadership.
But in many of the rural counties, the trees are cut down indiscriminately near estuaries and other water bodies. Is there any plans as part of this Cool Counties initiative to respect the maintenance of mature forests? We're always talking about replanting trees. Why in the hell do we cut them all down to start with? Thank you.
So,
I was preaching.
Let me just say, one of the things, if you look at the template here, one of the things we talk about is the importance of tree canopy, maintaining it, preserving it, and in some cases, especially in urban counties, expanding it. Because you're exactly right, trees are very efficient sequesters of CO2. And if you want to meet certain metrics in terms of the reduction of your carbon footprint, trees are a very important part of that. So depending on your reality, in our reality, we're trying to broaden our tree canopy from about 41% to 45%. That's one of our goals. And that's a lot of trees, given the land mass. But in another place, like what you're talking about, maintaining what we've got is the key. I do believe that as consciousness sort of expands in terms of the relationship of these things, we're going to be a lot more sensitive, I hope, about tree clearing than maybe we were in the past, and that's going to affect practices.